Have you ever paused for a moment in the morning, just to sit by the window, feel the sun warm your face and think, I'm still here, still breathing, still walking, still me? There's something deeply beautiful about growing older, not just in years, but in experience, in grace, and in quiet strength. And if you're between 65 and 80, and you can still do some simple things most people overlook, you may just be stronger than you think. In fact, you might be on the path to reaching something rare these days, living to 100. It's not always about luck, not even just about genetics. Longevity is often hidden in the everyday, how you rise from a chair, how you walk, how steady you feel, how rested you wake up. These little things, so small they slip under the radar, can be powerful signs that your body and mind are still working in harmony. And that's not just a good thing, that's extraordinary. If you've ever caught yourself saying, well, I'm not what I used to be, I'm here to gently remind you, maybe you're more than you used to be, more resilient, more tuned in, and in many ways, perhaps even more alive. In this video, we're going to explore 8 clear signs that you're not only aging well, you're thriving. If some of these still apply to you, consider it a quiet but mighty triumph. If a few don't worry, it's never too late to build back strength, sharpen the mind, or find your steady footing again. So go ahead, get comfortable, pour a cup of tea or coffee, and let's walk through these signs together, gently, honestly, one step at a time, because how you move, remember, rest and feel might just tell a story more powerful than any birthday ever could. Sign number 1, you can rise from a chair without using your hands. Now, I know it might not seem like a big deal, but if you can still stand up from a chair without pushing off with your hands, that's something worth paying attention to. It may just look like a small movement, but it's one of the strongest signs that your body is still working well, especially your legs, core, and balance. You see, our lower body muscles, especially the thighs, hips, and abdominal core, tend to weaken as we age. It happens so gradually we hardly notice. One day you're getting up without thinking, and then slowly you start to lean forward more, press on the armrests, or feel just a little unsteady. But if you can rise smoothly using only the strength of your legs, that's not just muscle power, it's independence. Let me share a little story. Harold, a good friend of mine from church, is 77. He's always been active, loved fishing, mowing the lawn, fixing little things around the house. But one Sunday morning as we were leaving the pews, he struggled to stand. He laughed it off and said, "Guess the knees are giving up on me." But later, he admitted it was the first time he felt unsure, like he wasn't in control of his own body anymore. Turns out that simple motion, standing up from sitting, can tell us a lot. Doctors even use it as a test for full risk. Why? Because strong legs and good balance are what keep us upright when life gives us an unexpected stumble. But here's the good news. You can improve it. Just a few minutes a day of easy movements can rebuild that strength. Things like sitting and standing from a sturdy chair, doing gentle squats, or even holding onto the counter while doing leg lifts. No gym needed, no fancy gear, just patience and consistency. So next time you're about to get up from your recliner or the dinner table, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, can I do this without pushing with my hands? If the answer is yes, smile to yourself. That's your body saying, I've still got this. And if the answer is no, don't worry, you're not broken. You're just being invited to reconnect with your strength. Because being able to stand tall all on your own isn't just about muscles, it's about staying confident, capable, and free for many years to come. Sign number 2, you can walk at a brisk pace without feeling out of breath. So next time you rise from your chair, steady and sure, take it a step further, literally, because the next quiet miracle is right there in your walk. Not just the fact that you can walk, but how you walk. If you can still take a brisk stroll, moving at a steady pace, maybe like you're trying to catch a bus or meet someone at the door, and you don't feel winded, that, my friend, is a beautiful sign. Walking speed isn't just about legs, it's about the heart pumping strong, lungs filling with ease, muscles supporting you, and balance guiding each step. In fact, studies show that your walking pace is one of the clearest predictors of how long you'll live. People who keep a good walking speed into their 70s and 80s tend to live longer and better. Think back to your last walk. Maybe it was to the mailbox, around the grocery store, or just down the block with a neighbour. Did you move with confidence, or did you find yourself slowing down, needing a break before you reached the end? Let me tell you about William. He's 74. He used to walk his dog every evening. Same path, same time, but one day he noticed he was taking longer. Not because he was admiring the trees, but because he needed to stop and catch his breath. That's when he knew something had shifted. So instead of giving up, he made a plan. Short daily walks, slowly increasing his pace, focusing on breathing deeply, standing tall. And sure enough, within weeks, he was back to his usual rhythm. Only now he felt even stronger. His wife said he smiled more. His dog walked faster too. The point is, you don't need to run marathons. You just need to keep walking with purpose. If you're not sure how you're doing, try this. Next time you walk, imagine you're catching an elevator that's about to close. Pick up your pace for just a few seconds. If you can do it without needing to stop and gasp for air, take it as a sign. My heart is still strong, my body's still got energy, and I'm still in motion. And remember, every step you take is a step away from decline and a step toward freedom. Because walking well means you're still connected to life, to the world around you, and to the strength within. And as we keep walking together on this journey of signs, let's pause for a moment, not to rest, but to reflect on something just as powerful as moving forward. Can you stand still on one foot and trust your body not to sway? Let's talk about balance in more ways than one. Sign 3 is coming up next. Stay with me. 3, you can balance on one foot for at least 10 seconds. We've talked about strength, we've talked about endurance. Now let's talk about something that often goes unnoticed until it's gone. Balance. Balance isn't just about standing still, it's about trusting your body to support you even when life shifts beneath your feet. And if you can still stand on one foot for 10 full seconds without wobbling or grabbing onto something, that's a sign your body is aging with grace, stability, and strength. You might be thinking, 10 seconds? That's nothing. But go ahead, try it. Pick one foot off the ground, count slowly. If you can do that without swaying or stepping down, you're doing better than many folks half your age. You see, balance is like the silent guardian of our independence. It keeps us steady when we step out of bed in the morning, when we reach for something high in the kitchen, or when we step off a curb that's a little steeper than we remember. Let me tell you about Frank. He's 76, retired from construction, still sharp as a nail. One day, while getting dressed, he tried putting on his pants while standing, something he'd done his whole life. But this time, he wobbled. Had to grab the dresser. That tiny moment startled him. It was just 10 seconds, he said, but it told me more than my last checkup. Frank started doing a little balance work each morning, standing by the sink, lifting one foot, holding it, just a few seconds longer each time. After a couple of weeks, he was steadier, more confident. He even joked that he could stand on one leg longer than his grandson. Here's the truth. Falls are the #1 reason many older adults lose their independence. But balance, thankfully, can be trained with gentle movements, heel raises, side leg lifts, even shifting your weight slowly from foot to foot. You can rebuild that foundation. So next time you're brushing your teeth or waiting in line, give it a try. Lift one foot, count slowly to 10. If you can do it, smile. That's your body saying, I still know where I am. I still have control. I'm still standing strong. And if you feel unsteady, don't be discouraged. It's just a whisper from your body saying, pay attention to me. I'm ready to grow. Because balance, my friend, isn't just about staying upright. It's about moving through life with grace, confidence, and trust in yourself. Now, as we stand tall on one foot, let's imagine something a little more challenging. What if you had to sit all the way down on the floor and then get back up without help? Sounds simple, but it might be one of the most powerful tests of resilience there is. Let's explore that next. Sign 4 is coming up. Stay with me. Sign 4, you can get down on the floor and back up without help. This one, this something touches, think deep, because getting up off the floor isn't just a physical test. It's a quiet symbol of independence. Think about it for a second. When was the last time you sat on the floor, maybe to play with your grandkids, reach for something that rolled under the couch, or just to stretch out for a moment and rest your back? And more importantly, did you hesitate? If you're between 65 and 80 and you can still get down to the floor and back up again, using only your body, no helping hands, no chair, no struggle, then you're doing something truly remarkable. Because this simple act requires coordination, strength, flexibility, and balance, all working in harmony. It's a quiet choreography between your legs, your core, your arms, and your breath. Joseph, a neighbor of mine, shared a story I'll never forget. He's 78. Big-hearted man. One afternoon, his grandson asked, "Grandpa, can we play Legos on the floor?" Joseph laughed, then paused. Not because he didn't want to, but because he wasn't sure he could get back up. That moment stayed with him, so he made it his goal not to climb mountains, not to run races, just to get down and back up with grace. He started practicing slowly, kneeling beside the couch, using the coffee table less and less, breathing through it, stretching a little each day. Within a month, he could do it. No hands, no fear. And when his grandson asked again, he said yes without thinking. You see, our ability to rise from the floor is one of the strongest indicators of overall vitality. Doctors even use it as a predictor of longevity because it tells them this body still has power, this person can care for themselves, this soul is still in command. And here's the gentle reminder, it's never too late to work on this. Even if you haven't sat on the floor in years, even if the thought feels intimidating, you can rebuild this movement with patience, with care, with kindness to your body. Try kneeling beside your bed. Practice using your legs, not your arms. Stretch gently in the morning. It's not about perfection, it's about possibility. Because the moment we stop using certain motions, we begin to lose them. But when we reclaim them, we also reclaim something far greater. Freedom, dignity, and the joy of saying yes. So next time you drop something on the floor, don't rush to call for help. See what your body is still capable of and take it as a quiet victory, because the next sign we're about to explore is just as practical and just as powerful. Can you still carry a full grocery bag without struggling? Let's talk about strength you can feel in your hands. Stay with me. Sign number 5 is next. Sign of 5. You can carry a full grocery bag without struggling. Let's take a little walk now. Imagine you've just come back from the store. The car door closes and you reach for the grocery bag. Milk, apples, maybe a can or two. And as you lift it, it's steady, manageable. You carry it to the porch without needing to pause. If that sounds like you, pause right here and smile. Because the ability to carry a full bag of groceries without struggling isn't just about convenience. It's a quiet, powerful sign that your upper body strength, grip, coordination, and stamina are still right there with you. You see, many people overlook how functional strength fades, not all at once, but little by little. First, the jars feel harder to open. Then the bags feel heavier than before, and one day, a suitcase or laundry basket seems like too much. But if you can still lift, carry, and hold weight comfortably, especially with your own 2 hands, you're doing better than you think. Let me tell you about Richard. He's 75 and lives alone since his wife passed. One afternoon, after a grocery run, he realized he had to stop twice walking up just 4 steps to his front door. The bags weren't heavier, but he was different. That moment humbled him. So instead of ignoring it, he made a quiet promise to himself. Each day he'd do 5 push-ups against the kitchen counter. He'd squeeze a soft ball during the commercials on TV, and he'd carry a light bag from one end of the house to the other, just to keep the habit alive. Within weeks, things changed, not just in his arms, but in his spirit. He said, "I didn't just get stronger, I felt like myself again." Because strength isn't just about muscle, it's about independence, being able to carry what you need, do what you love, and help those around you. And here's something interesting. Grip strength, of all things, is one of the most reliable predictors of long life. Stronger hands equals stronger heart, better metabolism, longer health span. Who would have thought? So next time you pick up a bag of groceries, pay attention. Does it feel manageable? Can you carry it from the car to the kitchen with confidence? If yes, that's not just strength. That's freedom in your fingertips. And if not, that's okay too, because strength can always be rebuilt. Start small, stay steady, be kind to your body. Now imagine this, you're heading upstairs with that bag of groceries. Do your legs still feel strong? Does your breath keep up? Because the next sign we'll explore is hidden in something as ordinary as a staircase, but it speaks volumes about your heart, your lungs, and your future. Sign number 6 is next. Let's climb it together. Sign number 6, you can climb a flight of stairs without stopping. Now, let's picture something simple. A staircase. Maybe it's just a few steps up to your front porch. Maybe it's the stairs inside your house, leading to where the memories live. Old photo albums, the cozy guest room, the winter coats tucked away. If you can still climb a full flight of stairs without stopping to catch your breath, that's no small thing. That's a big, bold sign that your heart, lungs, legs, and spirit are still working together beautifully. Climbing stairs isn't just about strong legs. It's about how efficiently your heart pumps blood, how well your lungs deliver oxygen, and how your muscles coordinate the effort. Doctors sometimes call stair climbing the everyday stress test because it quietly reveals how healthy your whole body really is. Think about it. When's the last time you faced a staircase? Did you walk up with steady steps, breathing easy? Or did you hesitate, maybe looking for an elevator or feeling the need to pause halfway up? If you're still climbing with confidence, celebrate it, because a strong, steady walk up the stairs means your body hasn't just aged, it's adapted, and it's still thriving. Let me share a quick story about George. He's 73, a retired mailman who used to pride himself on his quick steps. But over time, he started avoiding stairs without even realizing it, taking the escalator here, using the ramp there, until one day at a friend's house, he climbed a single flight and felt completely winded at the top. That moment shook him. George decided to retrain his body, one step at a time. He started with just a few stairs each morning, slow, steady, focusing on breathing deep and pushing gently through his legs. Week by week, he built back his stamina. Today, he's back to climbing without thinking twice. And here's the truth. Even if stairs seem harder now, you can rebuild that strength. Regular walking, gentle leg exercises, practicing small sets of steps, it all helps. Because being able to take the stairs isn't just about getting somewhere higher. It's about trusting your heart, trusting your breath, trusting your own 2 feet to carry you upward. And speaking of carrying, in this journey of thriving, it's not just about how we move our bodies. It's also about how clearly we can hold on to our thoughts, our memories, and our stories. Next, let's talk about something even more precious than strong legs. A strong, sharp mind. Stay with me, sign 7 is coming up next. Sign number 7, you can remember recent conversations and events clearly. Now, we've talked about strong legs and steady breath, but what about the strength we can't see, the strength inside your mind? If you can still remember recent conversations, daily events, and little details, like what you had for breakfast yesterday, or what your neighbour shared with you last week, that's a quiet but powerful sign that your brain is thriving right alongside your body. You see, memory isn't just about facts and figures. It's about connection to the people you love, to the stories you've lived, and to the world around you. Sometimes people believe that forgetting is just part of getting older. And yes, it's true. Every now and then we might misplace our glasses or search for the right word a little longer. But being able to recall meaningful conversations, stay engaged in a lively discussion, or remember small plans without struggling, those are signs that your brain is still sharp, flexible, and wonderfully alive. Let me tell you about Paul. Paul is 79, a retired history teacher. While some of his friends began slipping into quiet forgetfulness, Paul stayed sharp. He still remembers the stories behind every family photo on his living room wall. He still finishes crossword puzzles every Sunday. He still recalls jokes his grandson told him weeks ago and laughs just as hard the second time. When I asked him his secret, he smiled and said, "I just stay curious. I listen. I read. I keep my mind moving same as I do my feet." And he's right. Keeping your brain active through reading, puzzles, meaningful conversations, even learning new skills, is like keeping a garden watered and tended. Neglect it and things wilt. Nurture it and it blooms, even in the later seasons of life. So ask yourself, can you easily remember what you talked about with a friend yesterday? Do you recall where you placed your keys without too much trouble? Are you still able to learn something new, like how to use a new phone or a new recipe? If yes, Cherish it, protect it, keep it alive. And if some days feel a little foggy, that's okay too, because just like with muscles, the mind can be strengthened with patience, practice, and love. And speaking of love, there's one final sign we mustn't overlook, because even the sharpest mind, the strongest body, and the steadiest legs need something else to carry them forward. It's the gift of true rest. Next, let's talk about something so simple, so powerful. How well do you sleep, and how deeply do you wake to greet the day?
Stay with me!
Sign number 8 is coming up next. Sign number 8, you wake up feeling rested and ready for the day. Now, after all the strength, balance, and memory we've talked about, there's one last gift that ties it all together. Rest. True, healing rest. If you can still wake up in the morning feeling refreshed, alert, and ready to face the day, you're carrying a rare and precious sign of deep health. Because good sleep isn't just about getting by, it's about giving your body and mind the time they need to repair, to recharge, and to prepare you for another beautiful day. As we get older, sleep can sometimes become trickier. Maybe you find yourself waking up a little earlier or needing a nap in the afternoon. Those things can be normal, but waking up still feeling tired, groggy, or drained every morning, that's something else. And if that's not happening to you, if you're still rising with energy, with a clear mind and a light spirit, that's something to be thankful for, deeply. Roger, a neighbour of mine who's 74, used to think poor sleep was just part of the deal with aging. Waking up at 3 a.m, tossing and turning, dragging himself through the day, he thought, well, that's just how it is now. But then he made small changes. No coffee after lunch, a calmer evening routine, a dark, cool bedroom, and it transformed his nights. He began sleeping deeply again, and more importantly, he woke up feeling like himself. Alive, engaged, ready. Because when you sleep well, it's not just about avoiding yawns. It's about keeping your heart strong, your immune system sharp, your memory clear, and your mood steady. Ask yourself gently, do you fall asleep within 20 to 30 minutes at night? Do you wake up naturally without needing an alarm? Do you feel focused, steady, and alive when your feet hit the floor? If yes, what a blessing. It means your body is still taking care of you even while you dream. And if not, know this, better sleep is possible even now. Simple habits like regular bedtime, less screen time, a few deep breaths before bed, these small acts of kindness to yourself add up, because every good morning starts the night before. And so here we are, 8 quiet signs, 8 simple truths. If you see yourself in many of them, stand proud. You are not just growing older, you are growing stronger, wiser, brighter. And even if you saw a few places you want to work on, that's a blessing too, because it means there's still time, there's still movement, there's still possibility. Closing, as we come to the end of this journey together, I invite you to pause right where you are, take a breath, feel your heart beating, feel your feet steady on the ground. Because if you recognize even a few of these signs in yourself, you are doing better than you think. You are not just passing through the years, you are living them, owning them, thriving in them. Longevity isn't measured only by the number of birthdays we celebrate. It's measured by the strength in our steps, the sharpness of our minds, the steadiness of our hands, and the peacefulness of our mornings. And here's the beautiful truth. Even if you saw places where you want to grow stronger, you can, at any age. It's never too late to nurture the gift of life you hold within you. Small efforts, day after day, create great changes. The body adapts, the spirit rises, and the story of your life continues, richer, deeper, and more radiant than ever. So today, I encourage you, celebrate every quiet victory, honor every strong step, every clear memory, every deep night's sleep, because these aren't just signs of longevity, they are signs of a life well lived. And you are a rare and beautiful part of that story. Thank you for walking this path with me. Here's to your strength, here's to your joy, here's to many, many more good years ahead.